Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZLN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the OKC Thunder uh, last night. Guys, before I get into it, my apologies ahead of time for not going live last night. I was a bit tired, but, you know, there's never any sort of day that we can talk about the Lakers' huge win against the Thunder last night. 114 to 104. Guys, this is a huge win. It's a big win for the Los Angeles Lakers when it came down to it. They beat one of the top teams in the Western Conference, the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. So, with that being said, I mean, the Lakers have the capabilities. I mean, they have the talent to be any team that they want, but the consistency has always been the problem for the Lakers. That's what's the main issue that we can honestly talk about when it comes to this Lakers team this season. I mean, ever since the NBA in-season tournament, they just haven't been the same after that. I mean, the month of this December going into January, but February, the Lakers had a really good run. And now with the new month of March, the Lakers at this point, sure, they lost to the Nuggets, but when they beat another top team in the Western Conference in the OKC Thunder, then they're golden. When it comes to it. So I want to get into the stats of that last night, and also just you know just the basic players tonight that that stepped up. I mean, D'Angelo Russell, he was on fire last night when it came down to it. I mean, the guy just was just dominant when it came to his shooting, and you can just tell by the appreciation of what LeBron was showing in that game against OKC for D'Angelo Russell. I mean, he was just raving about him, throughout the game and celebrating with him. And it's also great that Anthony Davis stepped up in this game and not having LeBron James take over games. And this is exactly what we were looking for. And with D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis, they combined for 50 points. So with that, they were ready to go and ready to dominate the OKC Thunder last night. So I want to get into the stats and everything tonight. But before anything, like always, please be sure to hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all you guys' love and support you guys have shown me all across social media and, of course, on this channel, ZLN on YouTube. Once again, guys, hit that notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button so you guys will be in the know when I go live every single Lakers post game show. Unfortunately, last night I couldn't, but today's right now it's all right. So we're going to get into all the stats and everything. But once again, hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's just get right into the Lakers win with the stats tonight, last night. When it came down to it, I mean, offensively, the shooting efforts from the Lakers, it was sensational. Most of the shooting efforts came from D'Angelo Russell. He was on fire with his shooting efforts in the game against the OKC Thunder. I mean, just looking at his stats right now, I mean, he was our player of the game. 26 points, went 5 of 11 from the three. I mean, his shooting was sensational and key to the Lakers win against OKC. And guys, we can see this consistency out of D'Angelo Russell, and him stepping up when LeBron is not, or just wants everyone else to. Then this is the type of games that we need to see from D'Angelo Russell, from Anthony Davis, from Austin Reaves as well. We'll get to him in just a bit because he also had a good shooting night last night. So we're going to get into his stats in just a bit. But, the player of the game, D'Angelo Russell, D'Lo, was ice cold. Ice in his veins. I mean, in the game against OKC, and as I said, 5 of 11 from the three, and had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals for the Lakers. So he deserves the player of the game, the MVP of the game against OKC, one of the top teams in the Western Conference. So great job out there for D'Angelo Russell, guys. And, if we can just see this type of consistency out of D'Angelo Russell, especially in the playoffs, it'll be amazing to watch. And, he'll be honestly really, you know, I don't want to say in consideration of re-signing, but it will be a possibility if he just continues on the way that he is with his drive that he's on. So um, I really hope to see that from D'Angelo Russell. So, but just the team in general, they were the better shooting team against OKC. They shot 47% from the three to the OKC 38. So, the Lakers were the better shooting team in that game last night. And offensively, the field goal percentages 51% to OKC's 39. So, Lakers were the better offensive team in that matchup last night, and they won it in convincing fashion, 116 to 104 in that game last night, and a huge win. It's a huge win, guys. When it came down to it, I mean, but it would be nice if the Lakers somehow try to beat the Denver Nuggets, but it's one of those type of matchups where everyone needs to be in it for you to win it. So, especially on the defensive side, but we will get to that in just a bit. But offensively, the Lakers were they were on their A game. The free throws, obviously, the OKC Thunder, they were the better free throw team. They shot 93% of their free throws to the Lakers 72, unfortunately. But the Lakers just need to improve in that particular area. They out rebounded the OKC Thunder with 55 to 38. Offensive rebounds, they were a bit even, off by one, with OKC having 13 to the Lakers 12. But those offensive rebounds is very important when it comes to Lakers winning games now, because since then they haven't been really been the same since then. And it's just one of the type of moments where it's like the Lakers really need to take advantage of that particular opportunity to just get those type of offensive rebounds, easy offensive rebounds. But with the lack of big men, and Vando still being out, and now recently with the debut of Harry Giles the third joining the Lakers, maybe that will help a bit. But as we all know, with two-way contracts, most of the time, or guarantee, those players are not going to be playing in the playoffs, unfortunately. So I guess at this moment, with 20 games remaining of the NBA season, Harry Giles the third is the guy that needs to step up for these 20 games, because obviously the Lakers could win games, with the help of his defensive efforts. So that's something that we obviously need to have from this Lakers team when it comes to defense. So hopefully, nothing but success for Harry Giles the third on this Lakers team with 20 games remaining. So wishing him nothing but the best. But obviously, the Lakers played pretty solid defensively for the Lakers when it came down to it. So steals, obviously, it goes to OKC with 12 steals to the Lakers 8. But like I said, with D'Angelo Russell, he had 4 steals in that game against OKC last night. So kudos to him and his efforts defensively. And then they were just tied with blocks, but the Lakers had 20 turnovers, though. With 20 turnovers, they still managed to win the game. So I think they need to dial that down a bit. But, my hope is that if they do end up having that type of number, they end up still winning games. But in that type of numbers, sometimes it doesn't turn out good for the Lakers when it comes to turnovers. So my hope is that they will potentially, reduce those turnovers moving forward with 20 games remaining of the NBA season. So, and OKC had 10 turnovers. So but with that, as I already mentioned, with D'Angelo Russell, he had a game. He had a really good game. He was fire. He was on fire in that game against OKC. Had 26 points, 5 of 11 from the threes, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists, with 4 steals and 1 block out there tonight. He's the MVP of tonight's game. Last night's game against the OKC Thunder. So the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. So kudos to him. But Anthony Davis, though, he had a game as well. I mean, 24 points, went 7 of 12 from the field, had 12 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks for the Los Angeles Lakers. So kudos to him. I mean, both him and D'Angelo Russell combined for 50 points, in this game, and it's not including LeBron James. So this is very good sign that other players around the Lakers need to win games like this when LeBron is just either not feeling it or he just not, I don't know, just doesn't want to carry the team in this particular game, wants everyone else to contribute. So this is the type of games that we need to see from this Lakers team, especially moving forward with 20 games remaining on their schedule. And like I said, the Lakers will be facing the Kings twice in this week, I believe. So this is a perfect opportunity for them to stack up wins and just step up like they did last night against OKC. So, just great effort from D'Angelo Russell and from Anthony Davis out there tonight. And, obviously with LeBron James, he did put up a double double out there tonight with 19 points, went 7 of 14 from the field, shot 1 3, and had 11 rebounds and 8 assists out there tonight. And his playmaking was very helpful for this Lakers win last night, especially just the combination between him and D'Angelo Russell. They just vibe with one another when it came down to it, especially with D'Angelo Russell just vibing with LeBron James. And this is something that obviously needed to happen. Just the combinations between both of those guys just feeding off of one another could obviously help you win games. And more to the sense of D'Angelo Russell needs to know that, going into every single game. So, this is just a good moment for D'Angelo Russell to really realize that the Lakers are fighting for a playoff run and to have a better seed in the Western Conference. Now, obviously, with this win, the Lakers get bumped up, not by much. I mean, they're the ninth seed. Before then, they were the 10th seed, but now they got bumped up with the ninth seed in the Western Conference. So, but if they just continue to stack up wins and beat winnable games, and with 20 games remaining, I think they can pull it off. I think they could at most get the eighth seed, maybe the seventh seed within the play-in. So it's a long shot for them to get the sixth seed because obviously the Suns are playing very well, and other teams ahead of them are doing pretty well for themselves. So it's kind of a long shot for the Lakers to get the sixth seed, so they can obviously be secure with obviously being in the playoffs. The playoffs. So this is kind of out of their reach, but at the same time, I mean, the Lakers could pull it off if they want to, but there's just the efforts from everyone to make that happen. It's just a long shot. But because this season has been a rocky road for the Lakers. I mean, like I mentioned in my intro, the Lakers since the play-in, no, sorry, the in-season tournament was a bit of a disaster after the fact. I mean, the month of December didn't go well. It went horrendously, did not go well. So with that, it just didn't go according to plan. Then going into January, it was a bit of a struggle there. Then February was all right, but I think hopefully in the month of March, this month really, the Lakers will do better. I hope so. That's my hope when it comes down to it. But with 20 games remaining, it's kind of like a fear factor at this moment. So, but at this point, the Lakers are fighting for a play-in spot. That's what they're doing so far with 20 games remaining. So that's more realistic for all of us to really think about. But if we can see a similar game like this moving forward from D'Angelo Russell, from Anthony Davis, and obviously from LeBron James and Austin Reaves, who had a pretty solid night last night. So we'll get to him in just a bit. But if those guys just step up, we can win games like this as well. So kudos to D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Davis out there tonight, and obviously LeBron James as well. So great job for three guys, the big three. Austin Reaves had 16 points, though. He went 6 of 8 from the field, had 4 of 5 from the three. So his shooting was also helpful for this Lakers win last night against OKC. And he had 6 rebounds and 7 assists out there tonight. So kudos to him. Had 1 steal as well. So great job out there for Austin Reaves stepping up for the Los Angeles Lakers as well. I mean, 16 points, not bad. A solid night for him. Rui Hachimura had 7 points. and shot 1 3 for the Lakers. We need to see more effort from him offensively with 20 games remaining. So my hope is that he steps up in certain games, certain matchups. And obviously, I don't know if you guys all noticed, but the Lakers with this starting lineup have been having a good record with this new starting lineup. I believe they are 9-2 since this new starting lineup was in debuted with and it's been working. And obviously, the Lakers have been winning games that way. But it's kind of tough to see if it will continue to be a huge momentum going into the postseason. But we just have to wait and see what 20 games will show out of this starting lineup, because this is kind of the realistic type of starting lineup that we could see in the playoffs. Because obviously last year in the playoffs, Austin Reaves, Rui Hachimura were the guys that really took the Lakers all the way to the Western Conference Finals. So, just put that in thought when it comes to the Lakers and this starting lineup, how it could obviously be a huge game changer going into the playoffs. So, um, just imagine the Lakers in the playoffs and just facing OKC and potentially Denver Nuggets could obviously really be a huge game changer for how the playoffs will turn out for the Lakers. So I think they could be a threat if they can obviously play this way every single night. So with this starting lineup, so that's my hope for sure going into the postseason. But we have to finish off the 20 games remaining of the NBA season for that to happen. So really looking forward to that. But let's get into our second unit. We saw some efforts from our second unit, only maybe one of them, and it's out of all guys, it was Torian Prince. Finally, I don't want to say no. I'm going to take that back. This is just a night where he just was feeling himself. I mean, he was showing that he needed to step up in this game, and that's what he did. I mean, he had 14 points, went 4 of 6 from the three, and had 6 rebounds out there tonight. I mean, kind of an unusual type of game for Torian Prince. Um, and I have to say, was just one of those type of moments where it's like, I wish we could have seen more efforts from that type of performance from Torian Prince on occasion. But this is just one of those nights where he just wanted to show up in this game. So kudos to him, playing for 21 minutes, 14 points out there tonight. But obviously, the rest of the Lakers on the second unit continue to struggle, and it's mostly has to do with just the injuries to the second unit from not having Christian Wood, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent's still out. I mean, not trying to say that he is the key factor for the second unit, but he just hasn't been back since he got injured 4 months ago. So it's just been crazy that the fact that he hasn't returned yet kind of puts a bit of a question if he'll be ready to go for the playoffs, though. So it may be a possibility that he will, but it is kind of tough to say at this moment where things are uh, things are looking for the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to the second unit, and uh, how important it is for the second unit to really step up, when it comes to playoff time. So, and we just have to wait and see how things will turn out once the playoffs approach. But I think it will help, when it comes to their efforts in the playoffs. But right now, it's kind of questionable at the moment. But like Spencer Dinwiddie only put up 2 points, playing for 24 minutes. He did have a plus 35 though, so um, I guess there were some areas in his game that kind of helped the Lakers out a bit. But with that, it's kind of his stats doesn't really show it, but having a plus 35, I mean, kind of helps a bit. But it's just kind of confusing a bit. But obviously, Cam Reddish still trying to get his bearings in after being out for quite some time since January. So he's trying to get his bearing back in when it comes to his efforts to try to help the Lakers win games. Max Christie had 3 points out there. And Jalen Hood-Schifino only shot 1 point, but it was just during garbage time. So when it came down to it, but honestly, guys, this was a huge win for the Los Angeles Lakers. Being the number 2 seed in the Western Conference is very important because the Lakers just have to stack up wins as much as they can when it comes to their efforts of just trying to win games now because they're trying to make a playoff push. That's the key. That's the goal when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. So my hope is that the Lakers will just continue on this huge run that they're on, and hopefully, with the starting lineup, they can make that happen for sure. And obviously, when you look at the schedule moving forward with 20 games remaining of the NBA season, the Lakers have a really tough road ahead of them. Obviously, tomorrow they're going to be facing the Sacramento Kings. They're going to be facing the Milwaukee Bucks, the Timberwolves. They face the Kings again at Sacramento. Then they face the Golden State Warriors. Atlanta will be hopefully an easy win for them. And there is still the 76ers, the Indiana Pacers, the Milwaukee Bucks again. The Lakers have a really tough schedule, but at the same time, they have the capabilities of winning games like they did last night. And my hope is with the players that they will just step up in those particular moments. So, like D'Angelo Russell needs to have a huge game, when it comes to those certain matchups on their schedule moving forward. And obviously, when you have, you know, obviously the Sacramento Kings, you have the number 1 seed in the uh, Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, that is another matchup that they can obviously, try their best and get a win there. But we just have to wait and see about that for sure moving forward. But my hope is the Lakers will have a much better run in this month of March. But it's kind of like a long shot because they are facing some really tough teams this week. Going into with let me see that I guess they have like one, two, three, four, yeah, 4 matchups that are going to be very tough, on their schedule moving forward. So you know we just have to wait and see what they can do when it comes down to it. So but yeah, guys, I really do appreciate all of you for joining me on this live stream. Sorry again ahead of time for not going live last night. But it's always great to talk about the Lakers when I am, you know, healthy, ready to go for it. So, but I really do appreciate all of you for joining me on this live stream. If you haven't yet, please follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm also on TikTok and Threads as well. So the links will be in the description of this live stream. So you guys check me out on social media, and of course, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell, and I really appreciate all of you for joining me. So early, but once again, there's no other better way to talk about the Lakers than anytime. Anytime, it's great to talk about Los Angeles Lakers, especially when they win games. So I really appreciate all of you for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Obviously, tomorrow the Lakers will be facing the Sacramento Kings, and it will be a good matchup, hopefully. And maybe they can get a win, maybe not, but there is a possibility if they just continue on this run that they're on and having motivation with 20 games remaining to have a better seed in the Western Conference within the play-in. My hope is the Lakers will finish somewhere around maybe the 7th seed again. But it's kind of like a long shot now, but for them to get the 6th seed. But anything could happen. When it comes to the Lakers and their drive that they're having right now, when it comes to just stacking up wins as much as they can. So um, that's our hope for sure when it comes down to it. So thank you all so much for joining me again, and I'll see you all in the next live stream. Once again, follow me all across social media. Let's continue to grow this channel. Let's get to 5,000 subscribers, guys. We're so close to getting it. So please make sure to subscribe, share my live stream, share my videos all over social media. And of course, just subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.